However it starts, it's gotta be loud. But this is how you write a political poem and how you deliver it with power.
I tell people that spoken word poetry is a type of poetry that doesn't just want to live on paper, that something about it demands to be heard out loud and witnessed in person.
Spoken word poetry isn't the same as a poetry reading. It's not theatre, it's not a stand-up act, it's a lot of everything and a little of nothing. So what are the techniques we can use to improve our writing? Rhyming, if used well, can greatly enhance a piece, but if it's not done that well, it's kind of meh. What does rhyming actually help with? It helps with the flow, it helps with the rhythm, and it actually serves like a mnemonic tool, which helps you memorize pieces better.
This simple AABB rhyming pattern with no wordplay or puns is pretty predictable, lyrically and musically.
That's why you should try avoiding end rhymes as much as possible. Try using more complex internal rhymes and multi-syllable rhymes and I rhymes.
Indeed and proceed are internal rhymes because they happen inside the sentence. Man made a mix and Band-Aid to fix are multi-syllable rhymes.
Like people say that the word orange doesn't rhyme with anything, and that kind of pisses me off.
Set the blow, polish, dome room doors off the hinges. Oranges, peach, pears, plums, syringes. Yeah, here I come, my minches.
Rhyming, you're still telling a good story.
You should use and consciously choose words and phrases that create vivid images, vivid action, vivid sensations. The audience should be able to touch, taste, and smell you. That sounds wrong. You could either say, my love shattered me into 1,000 pieces and now I can't love anymore. Or you could say, my love is a derailed train wreck salvaging pieces for scrap, carrying leftover luggage from every station I've been through. You could either say, maybe he only needs your body and he will burn you. Or you could say, maybe he needs you the way landmines need bodies, if only to remind you that we are all part of an explosion. The issue with repetition is that it can act as a connecting tissue to hold together words and ideas and create a whole new meaning. Or it can be annoying, can be annoying, can be annoying.
We teach life, sir. Rafif, remember to smile. Pause. We teach life, sir. We Palestinians teach life after they have occupied the last sky. We teach life after they have built their settlements and apartheid walls. After the last skies, we teach life, sir.
No. Poets are beautiful liars. They're live wires and flat tires and everything in between. Write something that means something to you. Because it's always the personal pieces that the audience most connects to.
I suppose we wear our traumas the way the guillotine wears gravity. Our lovers' necks are so soft. I lost my head so many times. I got sober just hoping my eyes would dry. And I am no mortician. I have no idea how to put makeup on the dead. I have no idea how to un-erase, so I just puddle at the door, my face looking like a deck of falling cards, like everything's been playing me.
10 honest thoughts. 10 easy steps.
10 responses.
10 things you should know about being an Asian from the South.
As a new poet, you might want to replicate a YouTube video or something that you've heard at a slam, but copying is for exams. Try and find your own style and stick to it. Once you're done writing a piece, you have to be your own audience and your own critic. Perform it in front of a mirror, read it out loud, see whether it sounds clunky or whether the flow is off. When you find any mistakes or any weak portions, re-edit. Go out for an open mic and see which lines audiences react to and which they don't. Re-edit again. Performances are like Pokemons. They evolve over time.
It has been 3 years.
4 years.
10 months.
8 months.
And 27 days. That's a guess.
And 3 days. Since the first time I saw you naked.
Since the night you ripped off your shirt, stuck your boobs in my face,
And said, touch them.
I touched them like a diabetic third grader opening a Snickers bar.
You said, hard. I thought, yes, I am.
Try memorizing pieces to the best of your ability. If you remember it, you're less nervous and it gives you the freedom to perform. If you forget a line, not a problem. Skip to the next line or improvise. No one cares if it's perfect except you. Spin a yarn, weave a story. Make sure your openings and endings are brilliant. An audience will often forgive a weak middle portion. Like great lines need their pause, great lines sometimes need a pause. So the audience can snap, applaud and laud you. It also tells the audience members who aren't listening that maybe this is something worth listening to.
I love you more than canceling Friday night plans, baby. Baby, I love you more than Tumblr.
Enunciate your words. Be more deliberate in the way you sound out words, especially towards the end of a piece. What this signals to the audience is that your piece is ending and gives a cue for the audience to clap.
You can set the world on fire. All you have to do is breathe.
Be in the state of mind that you initially wrote a piece in. The more you perform a piece, the more it loses its essence, and sometimes you have to put on an act. And it doesn't have the same impact as when you first wrote it, when it came from a place deep and dark inside you.
Anxiety holds me a hostage inside of my house, inside of my head. Mom says, where did anxiety come from? Anxiety is the cousin visiting from out of town. Depression felt obligated to bring to the party. Mom, I am the party. Only I am a party I don't want to be at.
Make eye contact, not just with one person, but with as many people in the audience as possible. Engage them. Enjoy yourself while performing. One important thing for awkward people like me is what we do with our hands. How much should you move? Ideally, don't move too much. Try keeping your legs as static as possible.
And then never spoken to. Speak every time you stand so you do not forget yourself.
I'm embarrassed by my old pieces. Notice how much I shuffle and make unnecessary movements that distracts from the piece. If you don't know what to do with your hands, just hang them to your side. It might sound weird, but it's perfectly normal for an audience. Focus instead on intonation, on the modulation of your voice, on facial expressions.
What turns me on is Ginny Weasley in the restricted section with her skirt hiked up, Sirius Black in a secret passageway solemnly swearing he is up to no good, and Draco Malfoy in the room of requirement slithering into my chamber of secrets.
Yeah, I'm Harry. I study maths. I write poetry, so I thought I'd start with a love poem about prime numbers. I was going to call it Prime Time Loving, but that reaction is why I didn't.
When you walk up to a stage, learn to use the microphone and consciously choose how you introduce yourself. Don't explain the piece to them. Don't say it's not very good, I've just written this today. If you don't value yourself, the audience won't value you either.
I have two major fears in life. One are large crowds, and the other one is public speaking.
Well, I have terrible stage fright. Really have terrible stage fright. It probably doesn't seem, but I'm still really terrified of performing. So before I perform, I usually get very low to the ground. And then when I'm about to go on stage, I sort of reopen my toolkit back up.
Getting over stage fright only comes with practice. But what you can do is prime yourself. Try to have the most confident body language as possible, like an alpha ape. And believe you're going to blow the audience's mind. If you have to read from a sturdy book instead of a piece of paper or a phone. Speaking from experience, when you go onto the stage all nervous, the page tends to rattle. No. Try planting the face of someone supportive on them instead. Shift your focus from the fear to contributing something to the audience, of making yourself vulnerable in front of them, of using spoken word poetry as a form of catharsis so you can get comfortable in your own skin.